All right, so we've all been there, right? Those pressure cooker moments leaders face. The real question is, how do you actually stay cool, calm, collected when things start to, escalate? Today, we're doing a deep dive into a really useful resource. It's called Stay Cool Under Pressure, Master Escalations and De-Escalation. It's a playbook, really, designed specifically to help you level up your leadership skills. We'll unpack some key ideas, ways to turn those tricky customer moments, or even internal ones, into chances to build trust, grow, really. And just a note, you can find all the details on this playbook in the caption.
Okay, so let's maybe kick things off. What actually counts as an escalation? Because it's not always obvious, is it? The playbook does a good job here helping leaders see the difference. It's not just like someone yelling. It kind of draws a line between, say, high-risk stuff, think a big data breach hitting the business, and more high-emotion issues. A customer just really frustrated maybe about a late delivery. What struck me was the focus on early triggers, like a customer suddenly asking, "Can I speak to your supervisor?"
Or even just a subtle shift in tone. Maybe they get really polite, almost too polite.
Exactly. Catching that quiet shift. It's about being proactive, not just reactive.
That distinction is so important, yeah, because it shapes how a leader should respond. And what's fascinating here is how the playbook gives you a framework. You need structure to handle that chaos. It lays out this clear three-tier escalation model. So tier 1, that's your frontline folks. Tier 2 might be team leads, maybe specialists. And tier 3, that's for managers, executives. It really defines who owns what.
So it's clear. No confusion.
Right. It's about accountability.
Yeah.
We actually saw Atlassian implement something like this really effectively. They used Jira Service Management to set up structured policies, some automation too.
Okay.
And because Jira's kind of built for that streamlined ticket handling, they saw, well, huge improvements in response times and clear accountability. It wasn't just a free-for-all anymore, a real leadership win there.
Okay, so you get the structure right, but then there's the communication piece, isn't there? Our words. They can either calm things down or, well, make it worse.
Absolutely. Language is critical.
And the playbook really emphasizes this. It gives concrete examples, like using calming phrases. Things like, "I understand why this would be frustrating for you."
Or, "Let me take full responsibility here for getting this sorted."
Yeah, taking ownership. But it also warns against those dismissive phrases, like just falling back on, "Well, that's just our policy."
Oof, yeah. That never helps.
Never. And it goes beyond just words, too. It talks about leaders guiding their teams on emotional regulation, like simple things. Box breathing.
Yeah, box breathing is great. Just a simple technique to calm your nervous system right down. Or naming it, to tame it, just acknowledging the emotion, to diffuse it a bit.
Right, connecting the feeling to the communication. Makes sense. Didn't Zendesk do something around this?
They did, yeah. Zendesk really focused on empathetic communication and looking after their agents' well-being. And they found it didn't just boost customer satisfaction, which you'd kind of expect, but also agent retention. People stuck around.
Interesting. So it pays off internally, too.
Definitely. And building on that, if we look at the bigger picture, it's not just about customers, is it? Internal escalations, they need finesse, too.
Oh, for sure. Things can get messy inside the organization.
Yeah, and the playbook points out some common traps, like escalating without clarity, just dumping the problem on someone else, or that really unhelpful blame-first framing.
Right. Pointing fingers instead of solving the problem.
Exactly. So instead, leaders need to push for collaboration. Use clear, structured internal messages, like a quick summary. What's the customer feeling? What have we done already? And crucially, what's the clear ask? What do you need next?
Getting the right info to the right person quickly and clearly.
Yeah. It builds trust internally, stops things spiraling.
And your role as a leader, it definitely goes beyond just setting policy. It's about coaching your team through it all, right? Maybe in the moment, like sending a quick internal note during a tricky chat.
Yeah, real-time support.
Or doing proper debriefs afterwards, turning those tough situations into, well, learning opportunities.
Absolutely. And the playbook really emphasizes leading root cause reviews. RCRs.
Okay, root cause reviews.
Yeah, and these aren't about blame, not at all. They're structured analyses, often using something like the 5Ws plus 1H method, what, who, when, why, what was the impact, and how do we prevent this happening again?
Getting to the systemic issue, not just the surface problem.
Precisely. It's about prevention. Covio actually demonstrated this incredibly well. They managed a, get this, 56% reduction in escalation requests
About 56%.
and a 53% drop in their mean time to resolution. They did it by empowering their agents and really committing to that root cause analysis, the RCA process behind the reviews. It became this proactive feedback loop. Huge leadership impact there.
So, okay, we've covered quite a bit. It seems this playbook offers a really comprehensive way for leaders to handle pressure, from spotting issues early and having structures in place to using the right language, collaborating smoothly internally, and always learning from what happens.
Exactly. It equips you as a leader to really foster that sense of calm, build trust both internally and with customers, and just empower your team. Help them navigate pretty much any challenge, improves efficiency, improves relationships. So thinking about this, what does it actually mean for you listening right now? Maybe just consider this. What if you implemented just one thing from this playbook? Perhaps defining clearer escalation thresholds for your own team. Or maybe building out some tailored de-escalation scripts. Or even just starting regular root cause reviews. How might even one of those practices fundamentally shift your team's resilience? How could it elevate your own leadership? Something to think about.
Definitely food for thought. We really encourage you to check out the full playbook. Lots more practical exercises and tools in there. As we said, you'll find all the details right there in the caption.